Hi friends, thank you so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and today we're using junk mail envelopes and turning them into a fun little flip-flop journal. So I'm just gonna take you through this one right away. You can see I did tie this shut with some beautiful ribbon here, and I just simply slide that off, just so I don't have to tie a little bow again. And then each of my pages here is made from the junk mail envelope. I did add some lace trim on the sides and on some of my pages as well, you'll see throughout this flip through. So here is the window from the junk mail envelope, and I just added a butterfly in the corner there. And this is the journaling card that's inside. It says, "Darling, you are a work of art." And I love that you can see this part through the window too. So that flips out. We've got a tag here that's washi taped on. This is a pocket with another tag and another journaling card. And I forgot to tell you too that I used some of the scrapbook sheets from Temu, like on this card here and this image here. Those are all like the Temu scrapbook sheets. And then the paper pad I used, it is the Pretty Posy paper pad. And then this part opens up like that. So you can journal over here and on this side as well if you want to. You've got a side pocket over here. So today is a good day. You can journal on this card here. This pocket is also a journaling spot, but I just stuck some little pieces of ephemera in there as well. And that flips out. We've got another pocket. This is another Temu sheet. And then I just have a tag in there. Here's my next envelope with some trim at the top, some flowers down below. And this is the journaling card in there. Over on this side, we have a tag for writing, but it's also a tuck spot. So I've just altered this guest check. And that's stuck right behind the tag. Over here, we've got a belly band. And this is the card I put underneath. And I love that you can see this woman through the window. So here's the card in there. And we have more writing space over here. I've got some more trim at the top here and a little tuck spot down below. Here's a small tag. And here's a journaling card that says, "And so the adventure begins." And in here, I have a taller card as well. You could add a photo here and then journal about it down below. You could journal on the back. And you can also write on the back side here. I did do some layering as well of just some scraps and a vellum rose. And then I just have two smaller pockets right in the center. So at the top here, I've got a card for writing, a small tag that says "Do what you love." And then in this pocket, I have an envelope and another card that says "Be in love with your life." So I love projects like this, and I've done projects with just scrapbook paper where I have pages that are flip-flopping on alternating sides. And I just really love to use junk mail envelopes too. So I decided to just make a small little journal in this style. So go ahead and grab some junk mail envelopes and we can make one of these together. Here is my stash of junk mail envelopes. So you just want to pick one to use as your base. So I pretty much just go with the tallest one that I have, and I'll use that as my base. And then all of the other envelopes I will just attach by gluing down the lid to the back of my base. And I'm just going to be alternating the sides. So I'll put one on the left, one on the right, so on and so forth. And then I do kind of cut down my envelopes as well so that I have different sizes. So I think I'm gonna do that. If you have envelopes though that you've opened like this, so you don't have the lid, that's okay, because you can always attach them with washi tape, or you can use your scraps and just create like a makeshift lid and attach it to the back that way. So I'll probably do that with this one. But you can pretty much do as many pages as you want to do. So I kind of just layer them up. I think I'll just do this many pages. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be 5. And then this is going to be the center. So before I attach anything, I'm kind of just going to cut down some of these envelopes. So I think this one is good. My next one, I kind of want it to be a little bit lower. So I'll probably cut off maybe like 1/2 inch or so. So I'll just like eyeball it. Maybe I'll cut it at the 8-inch mark over here. And so that way, when I attach it on the right, it'll just be a little bit shorter at the top there. This one I will put over on the left now, and I'm gonna cut it maybe at like 7 3/4. And this one's gonna go on the right. So I'm gonna cut this down, let's just say 7 inches. So there's no real like measurement or specific size that you have to cut your envelopes down to. It's just whatever you want to do. And then this one here, I'm just gonna cut down to maybe 6.5-ish. And then this one I'm just gonna attach with some washi tape at the end. But now what we're gonna do is we're just going to cut off, I guess I could actually attach it this way, because we want our pages to be open on the side so that we can put journaling cards or photos on the inside. If you want to do that, that's how I'm going to do mine. So I'm just going to hold mine this way since it's open at this side. But like this one here, it's not going to be open on the side. So what I'm going to do is just slice off a little bit of this side so I have an opening. So I'll cut it down to about 3 3/4. So now I have an opening over on this side here to insert a journaling card or a photo or something like that. So I'm pretty much gonna do that now for all my envelopes. This one doesn't have a window, so I'm not even gonna worry about that one. This one I'm also gonna slice right along this edge. So I'll turn it over and I'll cut it down again to 3 3/4. And then my last one here, I will cut along this edge. So this one, I'll probably do the same thing, 3 3/4 of an inch. And then this is just the base, so I'm not gonna really do anything with that, other than I'll probably just glue down my lid here. And that'll just close this up, so we just have one solid base. I'm going to take my next envelope here, and I'm gluing this to the left side. So I'll just pop some glue all over the lid here. And attach it right to the back of the base. And I'm gonna put it right to the bottom. And just close that up. Another thing too is if you want to cover up your envelopes before you glue them together, you can do that as well. I prefer to attach my envelopes together first and then decorate, but again, it's all preference. There are no right or wrong ways to do this. So let's go ahead and take our next envelope and glue that onto the opposite side. And just attach it to the back of the base. Grab our next envelope and keep on attaching them the same way. Okay, now this one here did not have the lid, so I'm just gonna grab some washi tape and tape it on to the back. All right, so no problem if you don't have the lid. So now you just have to cover up your envelopes, and that is probably the most time-consuming part of this whole entire project. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover up this one with you guys, and then I'll probably do the rest off camera. But I'm just gonna do this envelope specifically because this is the one we've cut on the side and it looks like this pretty much. So I'm just gonna show you how I cover this up and turn it into a pocket and all of that fun stuff. So I'm thinking for this one, I wanna use my fall paper pads that I have from last year because I wanna do a fall theme. I don't know, I'm just feeling very fallish. So I'm going to use this paper here, and I'm pretty much going to cut it out to the size of my envelope. So just to refresh my memory, this was 3 3/4 by 7 inches. So I'm going to cut out 2 of those sized papers, one for the front and then one for the back. You can choose different pattern papers if you want though, but just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna use this for the front and the back. Okay, so here we go. I realized that I actually cut this the wrong way. It's supposed to go this way, the print, but that's all right. I'm not worried about that. So there's one for the front and then one for the back. So to cover up the envelope here, an easy way to do it would just be to use your scraps and just like collage around the window. But the way that I do it is I just line up my paper on my envelope and then I will kind of like peel it back and just see where the edges of the window are. And I kind of just make like a little mark on the back of the paper. So I'll put my pencil right about here and then make a mark on the back of the paper there. So I know where to cut my paper. And then I do the same thing on the sides. So the side edge over here, I'll put a mark on the back of my paper of where the edge is. And then same thing over on this side. I'll just make a little mark on the back of my paper. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but this is just how I do it. And then the top of the window here at the edge, I will just make a little mark on my paper that way. So you can see now I have like 4 marks. So I'm going to just use those as a rough guide of where to cut out my square on my paper. And I'm just gonna run it through my paper trimmer for that, but you can go in with your scissors as well if you want. So for example, here, I'm just going to sort of line up my mark where the blade cuts, and I'll just make my cut. And I'll do the same thing on all 4 sides. And then I'll just turn it and use my other marks as a guide. I'm totally botching this. It's harder to do on camera. It's just that I'm on camera that I'm goofing up a little bit. So you can see I kind of just made a rough cut on all 4 sides, and I'll just kind of go in with my scissors and finish those cuts off. Or you can just like tear it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it definitely won't be, so don't worry about that. But that is just my basic shape now. So when I go to glue it onto the front here, you can see the window. So that's just how I do it. There's probably easier ways, but let me know in the comments down below if you have a method that you like for covering up your envelopes, but still letting your window show through. Okay, so now if you want to cover up the inside of the envelope as well, so you don't see this stuff, you just want to cut out another sheet of paper that is just a little bit smaller than these ones that you cut out here. So I just cut out this sheet. It is, I think, 3.5 by a little less than 7 inches. And that piece is just going to go right on the inside here to just cover up that busy print. I mean, you are going to put stuff inside of the pockets, but when you take them out, if you don't want to see that, then go ahead and cover it up with a scrap paper. So I'm just going to do that here. And just put that right inside. Also with your pages, if you want, you can do a top loading pocket or a side pocket that way. So that's also up to you. I'm just going to glue this sheet now right on top. And then I do want to glue this top part shut so that I have my side pocket. So I'm just going to pop some glue up top here and close that up. And then we can take this sheet and glue it right to the back. So you do want to make sure too that this edge here is closed up. So when you put stuff in your pocket, it doesn't like shoot out this end. So just make sure that you close that part up. I mean, it will close up anyway if you, or when you glue this sheet onto the back, but I just wanted to reiterate that. So I'll glue this to the back. Okay, but that is one page at least covered up. We've got our side pocket all set. Make sure this edge is completely sealed, and then you're good to go. So I'm pretty much just going to do the same exact process for all of my envelopes until everything is covered up. Again, that's the most time-consuming part, so I'll probably do that off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. So here's my finished journal. I just tied it shut with some string here. So I will show you what I did with mine. So I did add some ribbon to the side here, because if you actually do make this, you may notice that some of the envelopes do show through, like on the back, on the sides. So I just cover that up with some trim, lace, or ribbon. So I have some sparkly leaves on this ribbon. I don't know if you can even tell, but that is from the Dollar Tree from last year. And then on the front here, I wrote "Hello Autumn" on this little banner and added some stickers. And then I have a journaling card in here that says "You're the cutest apple in the orchard." And I added some trim as well to the side of this pocket. And when we open this up, I have some writing space and a sunflower sticker in the corner. Over here, I didn't really do much. I just added a pumpkin sticker, and I stuck this journaling card on the inside. Over here, I just glued down a journaling card, and that's pretty much it. I didn't really want to cover up this beautiful print. It's so pretty. And then in the center here, I have a pocket. There is this journaling card that says "Autumn leaves and pumpkins, please." And then I just made a little tag with my scraps. Over on the other side, this is another scrap paper, and I thought it would be good for writing, and I did attach it with this sticker at the top. On this envelope, I added some more of that glittery leaf ribbon and a few pumpkin stickers. And inside, my card says "Cutie Pie" with some pie and apple pies in the background. Over on here, I have another one of those tags to write on. I attached it again with another sticker. And you could journal on this spot, but it's also a tuck spot. So I have a tag stuck behind there. And then I just glued some pumpkin ribbon, also from the Dollar Tree, just right at the top there. And I just put some of this writing paper in the pocket. And over on this side, this was just a scrap coffee dyed paper that I had, and I glued it down, but I also put some mushroom stickers at the top there. I have one pocket in the very middle, and I tried to put one of those rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree on the brown paper, but probably would have looked better on a lighter colored paper, but that's okay. And in the pocket, I just have a journaling card and another tag that I put together with some of the other scraps that I had left over. And that's the pretty paper in the background. So that concludes this fall-themed flip-flop journal. So as I said before, I love these types of projects. I love repurposing junk mail envelopes, and this project is a really good way to use up a paper pad if you're trying to do that. So I'm really glad that I could use up some of my items from last fall. But anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video today. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration. Don't forget to say hi to me in the comments down below, because I would love to say hi to you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Happy crafting and huge hugs to all of you.